People who live around me would never have imagined me as an actor, because growing up I was a very quiet and shy kid, really shy. I think that pushed me into reading psychology books, because I had to find a way to cure myself, because it was a really difficult situation growing up, because you cannot speak out how you feel, or even when people around you are having a good time, the last thing that you're doing is having a good time. Through that process, it made me feel that love of knowing how people's minds work, and how you can actually make someone happy, because I understood how it feels to be unseen as a person. That's when I started doing literature, because now I was in love with books. Literature, this particular book, A Midnight Summer Dream, A Midsummer's Night Dream, yes. Sorry for that. But that was a book we really studied in our literature class in high school. And that really changed my whole mindset, because I was in love with the characters and how they actually worked out. And, from analyzing that, it made me happy. And I decided, you know what, that's when I made an indirect decision to be an actor. I didn't really want to be an actor, but it was just an indirect decision. So when I went for my when I got enrolled at Midland State University, my tertiary level, I went with my uncle, and we saw part of the application on my application form there was film and theater, media, and all that. And psychology also. Psychology was my second option, actually. And then I think my uncle chose film and theater as for me because I don't remember signing up for that one. But at the end of the day, I was called by the university. They told me, we enrolled you for film and theater arts. I was like, wait, maybe this is God's way. Let me just continue with it. And lo and behold, it's something that I actually loved. My first lesson was learning about Hollywood. I was like, wait a minute, this is actually amazing. And well, the dream has started from there. And how did I meet College Central and Debbie Beta and Ian Sakanda? They were my seniors when we were at school, at university, and they had auditions. But I was a shy kid. Remember, I'm still a shy kid at this moment. I'm just still trying to figure out who I really am. And they called out auditions with all the specific details. You have to be tall, you have to be dark-skinned, or you need to be light-skinned. And I felt I'm not part of that category. But I had a friend who I felt like, this guy can make it. And I told him, no, let's go. I will escort you. And he gets there, he does his auditions. Everyone they do their auditions, and now it's my turn. And I was like, no, I'm not part of it. The director forced me, Debbie Beta. He's like, no, just come and try out. And then that's when I tried out. And the following day, he comes. Here's a script. You are playing this role. I was like, wait a minute. Are you sure this is me? Because I wasn't confident enough too. But getting to know it more and more, my first shoot on Gateway, it was a short film by Debbie Beta, and wow, I loved my appearance on screen. I was like, well, maybe this is actually how I'm supposed to be in this. And well, they graduated, and I was left at school, where I also did more short films. And then that's when Debbie Beta called me. He's like, I think I have a script good for you. I had done a few short films with him, but on this one he called specifically to say, I think I got this one for you. I think this one will be the one. And well, it was Wadiwa Wepamoyo. He said, you're acting as Tawanda, Man Tawa. I read the script and wow, it was amazing. I was like, you know what, I'm preparing for this role very nicely. And well, there I was. That's how I got my role for Wadiwa Wepamoyo. Debbie Beta, College Central. They thought Debbie Beta is also the co-founder of College Central, so he's like well, a big brother to me too, and he really had a big impact in the playing of the role because he felt it was right for me, and I couldn't disappoint at all because I have respect for him, and I thought if he really thinks I can make this happen, then I really have to prove my point. And I worked hard, and I hope people are loving it, and that's how I got my role in, and how I made College Central and Debbie Better and the likes of Ian Sakanda. Biko, I have a plan, Biko. That's a get you do.
Man, what does a chido food?
You go lose on the
Man Tawa. Kana mwana shida sasa niweka acha kuchaga sha
ayubi konzukisise. Come to think of it, I've known Biko for most of my life and he can't even learn how to juggle the ball. Maybe that's why I shouldn't be listening to him.
Man Tawa, mira tete.
The production of Wadiwa Wepamoyo. It was, first of all, let me just salute the College Central team for the production. They were so honest with us, and they came to us and said, you know what, guys, we're working on a low budget film, but this is the dream. And well, everyone has the same. We all have the same dream, and we also have the same vision. And they say, you know, our budget is 100. It's 1,000. It's 1,000 US dollars, and everyone came to the set knowing the situation. And I personally, me and Biko, we slept on set to reduce most of the cost of transportation and all that. But overall, I knew that this was going to be a blessed production because we really had to pray every day before the director says action. We prayed and prayed and prayed and said, you know what, God, this is us. We are coming to you. You are the one who creates the impossible. And now, look at us now. Everyone is loving it. Is loving Wadiwa Wepamoyo, and that's something that I really commend, and I'm really appreciative of. Generally, being in this production was the best thing ever. It didn't even feel like we were working. It felt like I was on vacation. I always say that. It always felt like I was on vacation because I even forgot where I was. I felt like I was Man Tawa. They created an environment where, you know, you really have to be who you are, and you're able to swallow your character and be the character. And that's something that everyone, I think, has realized and has felt in love with Wadiwa Wepamoyo's characters also. Because the production itself, I'm still overwhelmed. I still can't believe that it actually made this impact in Africa at large and Zimbabwe.
Dribble.
Urubrika nugu.
Njoba kona nugu. Aripo. But angana mumsa.
Ariboye. Nambutra umfonera pa namba za sirupi.
Yeah. Ngari peace.
Ndineka feeling ukuthi boshe.
Alright, Biko. Enda weka unozomira.
Looking at Zimbabwe as a government, this topic always gets me emotional because it's something that I noticed back in 2017, that my dream as an actor is not really accommodated. When I was an intern at Kendu Corp Creatives, where I had to be an editor, a photographer, but my original dream was put aside. And then that's when in 2018 I wrote my dissertation topic, Film is Business, which I got my distinction on. But really, what I would really expect from the government is to channel all resources to all the sectors in a way that we all see it or appreciate it. Agriculture sector is being delivered with goods and supported. Mining sector is also supported. Education sector is also supported. But one thing which is not supported is the arts sector. Why? That's the most important question I always ask. Why isn't the arts appreciated? I always look at the government as a parent and the whole country as a child or as children. But we can't have a setup where other children who have a dream of becoming a doctor or becoming an engineer or becoming a scientist or becoming a farmer are all appreciated. But one person is set aside who is a creative, who is an artist actually, is not appreciated. That's something that I look at and say, why is it like this and not that way? And also looking at the history of Zimbabwe in the filmmaking industry. Zimbabwe, Hollywood used to actually come to Zimbabwe to shoot their movies there, and Zimbabwe was actually known as the Hollywood, as the Hollywood of Africa, because it had great talent and people produced their movies this side in Zimbabwe. But everything changed obviously because we can't always have, because government used to invest back in the days, and then there was other bad movies which came along, but it's always a trial and error. But looking at now the industry and the way people are working and the work rate, things are looking up, and I wish the government would actually see it and get back to supporting the film sector or the arts industry. Look at South Africa, look at Nigeria, look at Hollywood also. I mean, these are houses which are also boosting the economy of their own countries through filmmaking. So really, it's something that I wish the government would recognize and channel every resources the way it's supposed to be channeled. Give out our creatives something they can live off of. We can't all be engineers, we can't all be scientists, we can't all be doctors, we can't all be accountants. And another important thing they have to see, or I've noticed during this COVID-19 lockdown, stay at home and stay safe. I hope everyone is keeping safe. And rest in peace to all those who lost their lives. But looking at all that, filmmaking has really kept everyone intact and everyone entertained and everyone in their houses. Now just imagine if there was no film industry at all, or there was no arts industry at all. Where would these people be? Would they be able to be contained? It's something that I look at and say, the arts or the filmmaking industry has really a huge impact in everyone's lives. The moment where a doctor can sit down and watch a movie and relax and watch a movie, a scientist can actually sit down and watch a movie. That's something that we ought to be proud of, that I'm actually proud of as an actor, that I'm putting smiles on people out there. But now let's look at also our government. We can look at the financial side, and let's also look at our social side. We actually need support and recognition, just to say, wow, you guys are doing good. Sometimes it's not about the money, sometimes it's just about appreciating the hard work which is done. Other sectors are appreciated, other sectors they're actually funded, like, oh wow, we recognize the hard work that you're doing, and they're funded. But look at us, we work so hard, sleepless nights, but really the government just brushes it off and says, no, these are drama things, it's just a hobby, they should get a job. But this is what we are, this is who we are. We're creatives and we are born to create. And one sad thing I wish not to get to is being recognized by other governments or being recognized in other countries other than my own country or my own government. And when I've officially made it, and then they say, oh wow, he's Zimbabwean, bring him back home, let's give him this and that and that. It's something that I wish would never happen. I want to be recognized as I am right now. Like I say, this is an emotional topic for me because I really wish our creatives, they're working so hard and they need to be recognized as who they are, and others have been recognized by other countries, by other governments, and that's something that we need to work on as the Zimbabwean government. Let's accommodate everyone in the country, because everyone in the country cannot be what they expect. We have the arts sector, we have everyone who has to be accommodated. This is something that I pray for and I wish for, and so help me God.
Mr. Everson Chieza, would you take up acting as a full-time job?
Yes, really, that's my goal as a person, to become a full-time actor, and my goal really is to bring hope and be a testimony to every African child out there who has a dream of becoming an actor. And because in our society, in our African society, it is not really easy, because there's a mentality that art is a hobby and not a career. So I want to be the one, I aspire to actually be the one to show parents or African parents that, you know what, if you have creative children, mold them, build them so that they can actually believe in their own dream, and also they actually have that diamond, and parents have a duty to make sure they shine. And that's really what I aspire to do. And all this can be done by becoming more of a full-time actor, and acting becoming my full-time job. But this is not only about me, also it's about also expanding my learning career also. This is a career where you need to learn every day and how things work, and also be able to create a platform for other kids actually out there who have the same dream as mine, at an international level and also at a national level. I would love to thank God for the platform, and for sending Mr. Mawachi from Africa News Today to give me a special invite to be here. Thank you very much, and I will forever be grateful for that. I would also love to be appreciative to Kole Central, the team, Debbie Beta, Ian Sakanda, Kudakwashe Ash Johnny, for giving us this opportunity and also believing in our dreams as actors.